about leaving Ole Miss for LSU. Take a listen.
Making a decision to take a different job, in my opinion, on my side of it, has nothing to do with anything that was said in that special. You have a new circumstance, you have a new decision come up, and you take a different job. You know, you didn't go against things you said of values and principles and anything. Two things can be right and be true at the exact same time. And again, with age, I've learned that, so I don't argue as much with people. Like, your view can be right and mine too. These two things can be right. Those can have been the best 6 years of my life, on field and off the field, especially off the field. And I can have loved Oxford and loved Ole Miss and truly mean that I needed it more than it needed me. And I can have taken a new job. This doesn't mean that that didn't happen. The LSU job came open. I liked in the meetings with them how that they were going to give you full control. I liked the way that they had NIL set up to build rosters, not just for the next year, but for years to come.
All right, we already talked about Saturday, September 19th and 6:30 p.m. LSU Tigers at Ole Miss. We're all going to have that circled. Go Junior, thoughts on the soundbite and how this is all playing out?
There is nothing that Lane Kiffin is going to be able to say that's going to make those people in Oxford feel any differently about how they feel about him after that breakup. He said it himself in the larger portion of that interview, doesn't do breakups well. There were things about that process and the timing that were out of his control. But ultimately, for the reasons he laid out, he decided he liked LSU better than he liked Ole Miss. And there isn't a fan base alive that likes the way that that hits them in the gut.
No, absolutely not. I completely agree. But the last two coaches for LSU, Brian Kelly and Lane Kiffin, all thought what everybody inside the world of sports and outside the world of sports does. If they find what they think is a better opportunity and they can go, a lot of times they're going to go. Brian Kelly thought he had a better chance to win a title at LSU than Notre Dame, and Lane Kiffin thinks the same thing. A better opportunity at LSU than at Ole Miss. That doesn't mean it's not going to come with ramifications, especially during that game, but they're two coaches that thought there was a better opportunity.
I agree. And I understand Lane's going to keep getting asked about it. It's not like this was something that he brought up out of the blue. This is the topic. He's got his talking points for it. Let's just get to September 19th already.
Yes,
yes. You mentioned the title of that series was Talking Season. We need Talking Season to be over in college football. We need to see what that atmosphere, the Grove, all that is already such a great place to see, watch, and take in a college football game. It's only going to get better once the Lane train rolls to town. Speaking of rolling into town, Rich Eisen going to be rolling into town next on ESPN Radio to tell you his underrated food, maybe.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087 or simply visit tra.com.
What's going on here?
The greatest party of all time! It's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life!
Save the date for the biggest party of the football season. Join Pirate Radio on Thursday, September 10th for the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, powered by Bud Light. It's a night of great music, great friends, and pirate pride as the party returns to the Hilton Greenville and Greenville Boulevard. This year's special guest is ECU legend and Super Bowl champion Linville Joseph. Come welcome Linville back to Greenville, then dance the night away with live music from Trainwreck. Stay tuned to Pirate Radio for your chance to score free tickets to the party of the year, the Pirate Radio Kickoff Party. Brought to you by Greenville Utilities, Jones, Covey & Company, PA, Capital Subaru of Greenville, KDL Construction, New Blue, Patio and Hearth Shop, Orthopedics East, IBC Roofing, and Carolina Eagle Distributors. Party like a pirate with Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Looking for friendly service and hometown convenience? Make it Country Mart in Pitt County. Country Mart is your one-stop shop for fresh hot food, cold drinks, snacks, fuel, and everyday essentials, all with the fast, friendly service you can count on. And now with 3 locations. A brand new Country Mart is now open on Highway 11 right across from Aiden Grifton High School. From breakfast biscuits to afternoon pick-me-ups and the best fuel prices in town, Country Mart keeps Pitt County moving. Country Mart, local, convenient, and always friendly.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children.
Hey everybody, this is Parker Bird. Visit our friends at Children's Health Services on Arlington Boulevard on 10th Street and at childrenshealthservices.org. Go Pirates!
Looking for Washington's favorite place to eat? The spot locals keep coming back to. Head to Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Now open 7 days a week, Down on Main is serving up all your favorites. From the house salad with grilled chicken, to the half club and chips, to the crowd-pleasing fried shrimp plate. After a long day, unwind with dinner and drinks on the patio. It's the perfect place to relax and catch up with friends. And don't miss Wednesdays, half-price wings from 4 till close. Down on Main Street, right on Main Street in historic downtown Washington.
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
Take a hit from a 300-pound linebacker, and you better be wearing pads. Take a hit on the road, and you better have good auto coverage. When you've got North Carolina Farm Bureau Auto Insurance, you've got the best local agents ready to help you bounce back. If you don't, well, you'll probably play football without a helmet, too.
This is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning. Give me a call today, and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates.
If you're hungry for a great steak with honest-to-goodness flavor, head over to Larry's Steakhouse, open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m., serving up hand-cut, aged ribeyes, tender grilled salmon, bold grilled shrimp, and juicy grilled pork chops, all right off the flame. Pile your plate high with a 25-item salad bar. Try one of our hearty daily lunch specials. Larry's Steakhouse, good food, good folks, and a good time. Located at 2800 East 10th Street across from the old Highway Patrol Station. Call 751-6510 for takeout and reservation. Larry's Steakhouse.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Eastern North Carolina's longest-running sports radio show. The Brian Bailey Show is on the air. The Brian Bailey Show on Pirate Radio is brought to you by
Bell's Fork Truck and Auto, Bojangles, Michelob Ultra and Carolina Eagle Distributing, East Coast Grading, Gavigan Insurance, Greenville Utilities, Papa John's, Pepsi, Taft and Hagler, The Rick House, and Tiebreakers.
Live from the First Flight Credit Union Studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Brian Bailey.
And good Tuesday, everybody, and welcome into our show as we begin our interview segments with the Pirate players this entire month during camp. We've been given permission to have some of the players on, so we've got those guys, and we start off with Bryce Weaver, Preston Carr, and we're going to have a lot of fun with these guys. They've just got off the practice field. They had an early practice, and if you can sum it up in one word, Bryce, what would you say?
Physical.
Physical. What about you, Preston?
Competitive.
Competitive. I was thinking hot. You guys didn't go there because you don't want to go there with the heat that's on. But you guys practiced early. We're going to talk about that. We'll take your questions and comments on our YouTube chat. As always, this is the Brian Bailey Show, and we're back after this.
Get
Get ready, Greenville. Free Boot Friday is back, presented by Brightspeed, and only in downtown Greenville. Join us as we kick off the season September 11th. Enjoy the cool beach tunes from the Embers from 5:30 to 8:30 at the 5 Points Plaza. And we'll have plenty of ice-cold beer, wine, and seltzers from Carolina Eagle, Sup Crushes from Crush Distillery, the New Look Kids Zone, and local food trucks. Come celebrate the start of football season with us in downtown Greenville with Free Boot Friday. For more information, follow the Downtown Greenville Partnership on Facebook and Instagram.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you've just gotta have them, even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles away. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles Juicy Golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, order ahead on our app and put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, this is State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer right here in Greenville. We can switch your auto and home insurance so you can start saving today. My team and I are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Timothy Sawyer State Farm, it's easy to switch and save. Just give us a call, 493-0002. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you looking to purchase a new home, or are you considering refinancing your current mortgage? This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender. NMLS 208516. Hey, Pirate fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. A win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Proudly distributed locally by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Hi, this is Allie from Tiebreakers, and you are listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, providing reliable utility solutions to the Greenville region since 1905. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show. Preston Carr to my far left, Bryce Weaver right to me. My immediate left, Preston Carr, Bryce Weaver just getting off the practice field on a hot day in eastern North Carolina. Coach Harrell said yesterday that the heat was back, and the heat is back. You don't want to use that as any type of an excuse, but you guys felt it today, didn't you, Bryce?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You could right when you get out of that field, you can feel the humidity, and it's just like, But you got to embrace it. That's one thing that we're learning is you got to embrace this stuff for sure.
You have to embrace the heat because really it kind of helps mold the team, doesn't it, Preston? I mean, that's kind of you can kind of dilute the field a little bit too because you know who the guys are going to be that's going to show up when adversity hits because it's adverse as ever when that heat hits you.
Absolutely, I agree with you. You know, we've always said, hey, it's going to be hot at Alabama.
Yeah.
Let's get ready now.
It's going to be hot in Tuscaloosa, and those boys have played a lot of college football, haven't they? We'll talk about Alabama coming up in just a few minutes. What's the hardest part, Bryce, of camp? You know, when you're looking at July and you know August is coming and you know camp is a month-long grind, is there one part that you really don't look forward to?
I would just personally say meetings. You know, there's nothing wrong with meetings, but, you know, you just have so many of them, and, you know, We're up early, we're tired, and you know, just having to sit through a bunch of meetings while somebody's talking, it's a little challenging, you know, trying to stay up and stuff like that. But you know, something I got better at over my time for sure. So
I've worked at places that I think they have way too many meetings. It's like you go to a meeting but that's not East Carolina football, obviously. You guys have meetings that really mean something. I'm just saying that at places I've worked at and stuff and done some things with, that it's kind of difficult to sit through, especially when you're tired and kind of dozing off. It's nice air conditioned, and and you don't want to doze off in one of those meetings, do you?
No, you do not.
Preston, what about you? What's the thing when you're in July and you know August is coming? What's the one thing you're not looking forward to?
That heat. That's one thing, but just coming together and making an effort to strain. That's the hardest part, is getting everyone on the same page. We know it's going to suck.
Yeah.
You got to suck up and deal with it, and the true colors come out.
Yeah.
So that's what we like.
Yeah, it's really difficult. I mean, camp is camp, and Coach Harrell said at his press conference on Monday, this may be the most difficult week of the year. So we got you guys on a good Tuesday. You're almost halfway through this difficult week, but you have your first scrimmage game coming up. What have you seen in camp so far from your standpoint on defense, Bryce?
I think the defense, they're doing a great job so far. Coach Hankins has been getting the boys firing off. Coach Harrell as well. But, I just think collectively they've been coming together since the spring to now. You can just see in the D-line how they're firing off, and they have a true understanding of what's going on. So I just think they're more confident now for sure. So.
Yeah, and you look at, you guys face those guys every day, and the better they are, the better you're going to be offensively for sure. What about you, Preston? What have you seen defensively for this team?
Defensively, I'm seeing what I saw last year, a bunch of tough physical guys coming downhill, fitting the gaps up, and, of course, up front, we're going to play with our head down and keep going. We know it's 4th and 1. We got to stop it even though we're dog tired. So there's no ifs, ands, and buts.
Let's go back to last year before we talk any more camp. Let's go back to the bowl game last year, because that was I thought was one of the best Pirate games in my 42 years of covering East Carolina football, because all the odds were against you guys. The odds makers didn't like you guys. You were double-digit underdogs. There's no quarterback in sight. There's no coordinators in sight. There's no, running back. You guys lost so much, and to go into that game and do what you guys did you see that coming, Bryce?
I think so for sure, because Coach Harrell just does such a great job of making it about us, not worrying about what anybody else is saying, just focusing on what we got to do that day. And I just think the process of that bowl game, you can hear all the outside noise if you want, but that's a bunch of rat poison. It's just about what's going on with the team, with the coaches, and all that stuff. So I definitely expect it for sure. It's something we've done before. We're used to it, Earlier the year before, we played against NC State.
Yeah.
So it's just something that we do,
It's funny, the NC State game, you guys dominate, and then State comes back, takes the lead, and I think most people are just kind of thinking, well, they played well, they did okay, and then Rajay decides he's going to break loose, and that was absolutely incredible in the run. And you think back to his career, now we're going back 2 bowl games, but you think back to his career, he deserved that moment, didn't he?
He for sure did. He worked so hard. He's one of the reasons early on in my career, where I really understood more about college football. Just every day is 1% better. That's all. That was his main thing, was getting 1% better, and that led me a lot for sure.
And it really shows you, because college football, the worst part about the sport is the injuries.
Yep.
And injuries happen. They're a part of the sport. Teams that are really championship teams have to adjust to those injuries. But individually, that can be trying. It's hard to come back from an injury.
It is for sure. I've been through a couple myself, and at first you feel like you kind of losing being a part of the team.
Right.
You're not in there every meeting. You're not in there every practice. So you kind of feel separated. And every time during his injury, he was with the team no matter what. He was making sure that he was being seen, heard, being that leader that he is. So that's something I definitely try to carve into my game as well whenever I'm in the locker room, and I was hurt for that a little bit of time.
Going into that game last year, the bowl game, I thought the only chance the Pirates had is if the defense played well, and the defense did play well, and the offense played really well too. But defensively, did you guys think that, hey, we can go in here and win this?
We knew that.
Yeah.
We were going into a ball game. We know our back was going to be against the wall, and our odds were against us. But count us out if you want to, but we're going to prove to everyone our defense. We're Coach Harrell's defense, and we run it well, and we know what we're doing.
The neat thing about it, too, is the fact that 2 years ago was NC State, and then it's Pittsburgh. These are ACC teams, and they can say what they want, but they look down on the East Carolinas of the world. They just do. They're snobbish like that, and they look down. We were there at the bowl game, and some Pitt fans, they didn't even want to make the trip because they didn't want to come and watch a blowout. And they almost did see a blowout the other way, didn't they?
Exactly.
if that guy had swallowed his whistle over there.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness gracious. That play made me so
that was
mad.
ridiculous.
Especially after, you get done celebrating. I'm running down the field, and all you hear is, oh, no, you got another play. And I was like, goodness gracious.
The ref was shaking his head to the sideline saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. And I tell you, and I gained even more respect for Coach Harrell there because I was standing there and I was ready to jump, I thought, man, I can't believe Coach Harrell's not going to get thrown out because it was a horrible. Who was watching that play and decided to blow that whistle?
I thought Roy Tesh was going to get thrown out.
I thought he was. But I mean, it was just one of those plays that why would you even think about blowing a whistle? It wasn't even like it was close, and then the tragedy that happened afterwards. You get the sack and the score, and then now you're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
But man, that was some kind of game, some kind of win. And if we go to a bowl game this year, let's vote not to go to the military bowl. What do you think?
Yeah.
Now we love them and everything.
Love the military bowl.
It was a great time both times.
Let's not go there 3 years in a row.
I tell you, that was something. But do you remember anything else about the bowl game defensively? I mean, was Pittsburgh? They were big, but were they not as physical as you thought they would be?
They were physical. They were big and physical, but I mean, then again, we don't care how big they are. We're still going to play our defense. One thing I will point out, though, they were very fast.
Yeah.
They were very fast. Had a bunch of athletic guys in the backfield. I mean, they were quick, but we just knew we had to read our keys and we had to beat them to the spot.
Yeah, I saw a couple of games that Pittsburgh had played earlier in the year, and I noticed the same thing. They had some fast players and some good athletes, and I really thought they would finish higher in the ACC than they did. But they had a good year, and ended up in a bowl game and lost to East Carolina in that bowl game. All right, we got a question that comes in and wants to know who's the hardest guy to block on the defensive line. That goes to you, Bryce. Who's the hardest guy over there? And you got one beside you that might be.
I'm going to judge you.
Breathing down your neck a little bit. What do you think?
I don't block Preston as much as you would think.
Good. Because if you did, you'd probably whoop him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. That's true. I'll give you a couple guys right here. J.R. Robinson, obviously, he's a freak athlete. I mean, just everything about him. He's explosive. He has great hands. He's really hard to block. Kieran Davis, he does a great job. He's been lighting it up recently. Julian Davis, all the guys on the end, Kendrick DeJour, really, they all do a great job. They're well coached. They know their technique for sure, and they use their athleticism for sure. So all those guys are definitely a tough block for sure.
All right, Preston, it goes to you, too. They want to know the same thing. Who's the toughest guy on the offensive line for East Carolina?
The one I struggle with is Brandon Best.
Really?
He is
and he's had some preseason accolades. So
he's tremendous with what he does. He gets off the ball quick. He matches my set, which I don't think I've ever met an offensive lineman that can match my set.
All right, describe your set.
So I'm coming off the ball as hard as I possibly can.
True statement.
And he matches it. And he matches it. And he's great with his hands. He's great with his footwork. And he knows how to defeat me at some points. But overall, obviously, him and Ethan and Carson, I mean, they're all explosive. They're big guys. Brandon's not the biggest, but I feel like he has the technique down better than anything.
The offensive line may have been a little bit of a question mark coming in, but do you guys both feel that they're...
There ain't no question mark.
Yeah.
There's no question mark about that.
Yeah, that's good. Well, Blake said the same thing the other day. He said he was very pleased with that group.
Personally, this is one of the best offensive line I've gone against.
Wow.
I would just say, this being a part of a bunch of offensive lines here, this is the most together that we've ever been. We're spending so much time together off the field, and we're all on the same page. I'd say, like Coach Hutt likes to say, we're same brain. we think
same brain.
They're goofy.
I haven't heard that one.
They're goofy. I go and hang out with them too. They're goofy.
Goofy. The funny thing is that Coach Ruff used to always do the thing is you can't have 5 pennies. You got to have 1 nickel, and that's basically the same thing, same brain type thing. But and people don't realize. I think the average college fan watches football and they think, okay, he's got to block him, he's got to block him, but it's not like that at all.
It's not.
Somebody's got to call the signal. Somebody's got to call the play. Everybody's got, and if somebody misses, one assignment,
one person messes up the play. That's usually what happens sometimes. But
on defense, I don't think it's as bad. But on offense, if you miss,
on defense, if you mess up, you can still make a play.
Right.
Offense is you gotta be toned into your skills. You gotta be toned into what the play is, your technique, all that stuff. And one slip up, one millisecond, that could be the end of the play. So.
We got a saying on defense: if we're all wrong, we're all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if one guy's wrong, we're all wrong.
Yep. that's good. Yeah. Is that a Roy Tesh?
Yes.
Yeah, he was saying earlier before we went on the air, you write some things down that Coach Tesh says.
Yeah, so
you'll have to share some of his
he's
knowledge.
goofy. I have a few notes in my binder.
I love some Roy Tesh now. He cracks me up too. He's a great guy. And I think that's one of the things you can tell about this team is that they have an outstanding coaching staff. Now I don't know the coordinators as well as I do most of the other coaches, but most of the other coaches have been around, a little bit. And I had a chance to, talk to them, had them on the show some. So it just seems like it's a real good group.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you.
Yeah, so look at that. All right, we're still taking your questions and comments on our YouTube chat. We got Bryce Weaver, Preston Carr live in the studio with us, taking those questions, taking those comments. When you look at scrimmages, and it's coming up, scrimmage number 1, how important is that scrimmage, and what do you look for, Bryce, in that scrimmage?
The importance of the scrimmage is as big as it can get. That's the most game-like reps we're going to get during fall camp. I look forward to just getting out there, being in Downey Ficklin, playing against the D-line. That's the ultimate competition right there. Game time, game reps. So whoever comes out on top, and that's what I'm really ready for. Just the competition of that.
Preston, what do you think? Same thing?
Personally, I'm excited just to go out there and strain with each other, get each other better. And we're all in this suck together. So let's do it now together so we can go down to Tuscaloosa and be ready.
Yeah, that's well said. Scrimmages in the past, it seems like when the team is set, maybe some of the experienced players didn't play as much or didn't play at all. I remember Holton Ailes a couple of years didn't play at all in the scrimmage hardly. But this team, it seems like with the newcomers and 2 new quarterbacks, and we don't know who the starter is. I don't know. I don't think the way it looks like they're still battling. But do you think that that's going to be important for the quarterback job?
Yeah, for sure. Just, getting both those guys out there. They're both doing a really good job right now, but both getting them out there in a game-like scenario, seeing how both of them perform, I think that would be very big for us these coming weeks for sure, getting us ready for Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, when you look at both quarterbacks, what are their strengths? What are their weaknesses, Press? You see them on the other side. They're throwing them at you. What do you see?
Emory can read a defense really well. So can Mitch. But Mitch is explosive.
Right.
I mean, you talk about getting out of the pocket, fast guy. He can throw in the run. Emory's the same way. He can get out of the pocket. Not as fast as Mitch, but then again, they're both great. I mean, they both have their different techniques that they use, but together, I mean, it's going to be a hard decision when it comes to the first game.
And the ironic thing, I guess you could call it irony, is that every other position, you guys don't mind getting subbed in and out because that's just part of it. But the quarterback position, there's one.
Yeah. Yep.
And as soon as Blake was on with me last week, and he said, "Well, we have a scenario we might play both quarterbacks," and he was getting people writing in saying, "Please don't do 2 quarterbacks. You can't. If you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any." But you have to think that you've got to give both guys plenty of reps, plenty of time to see what's going to happen. And we've had situations here at East Carolina that the guy that starts the first game doesn't end up being, I think it was it Perez Madison that started over Shane Carden? Was that right, Clip? Perez Madison or my Rio, that's who it was. They all mixed together. Perez was way earlier than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, because what happens in camp, and then when you get the lights on, you get the uniforms on, that kind of thing, things can change. Yeah. What do you see from the 2 quarterbacks? What do you see their strengths?
2 strengths from both of them. They're both great leaders. They do a great job getting the O-line riled up, getting them ready to go try to score a touchdown every play. But Emory, yeah, he's definitely more of a brains. He's reading the defense. He's trying to find the tight spots, and Mitch he's a slinger that can also get out of the pocket. So either one, to me, I'm fine with either one of them being my quarterback because I've seen both of them do what they do, and I'll be happy with either one.
And it's one of those situations too, and coaches can say it, fans don't believe it, but I believe it. You have to have 2. You're going to need 2 at some point, aren't you?
Yeah,
because they can go down. But it's just weird that you guys, because I think I read somewhere on Preston on your list, first varsity played in 15 career games, had 1 start. But you're not upset about that because you're coming right in there. The Roy Tesh system, you're coming right in there.
Hey, it don't matter to me. We roll bodies.
Yeah.
We're all going to get some reps.
Yeah.
All right, if we win the game, that's what matters.
Yep, that's exactly right. Very well said. All right, Bryce Weaver, Preston Carr live in the studio. We'll take a commercial break right now. We'll take more of your questions, comments on our YouTube chat, and we'll continue on talking with the Pirates after this.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
May I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arr!
Hi, I'm Ken Hagler of Taft Hagler. We're proud to be sponsors of the Brian Bailey Show and the Pirate Nation on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. If you've been injured on the job or due to someone else's negligence in an automobile collision, call us at 752-2000 for a free consultation with experienced professionals who care. Go Pirates!
For pest control that packs a punch, BAM! Call on the experts at BAM Pest Control. Attention Greenville, BAM Pest Control is here to protect what matters most. Whether it's your business, your home, or your peace of mind. They don't just eliminate pests, they knock them out. BAM Pest Control is #1 in insect control, rodent control, and yard services like fire ants and mosquitoes. BAM! You're insect-free, safe, and comfortable. Call the experts at BAM Pest Control on Hooker Road in Greenville. 252-751-3160. BAM!
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is former ECU baseball player and mayor of Greenville, PJ Connolly, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community owned, community powered. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Bryce Weaver and Preston Carr live in the studio with us, taking your questions, your comments on our YouTube chat. We've got one here. What guys have been in the program that are ready to play? And name an impressive transfer. So what guys that have been around have really progressed, and name a transfer or two that you've really been impressed with.
I'll go with Julian Davis. I think Julian's been doing a great job. He was originally an inside linebacker, and he got moved to rush, and he's been just doing a great job. He's learning the moves. He's been in the corner, and it's just going against him every day. You can feel the difference in the spring and then now. And a couple of transfers that have caught my eye. Ray Joseph. He's a stud. He gets the ball in his hands. You don't know what's going to happen.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah. And two running backs, Ashton Gray and Michael Allen. They've both been running the ball really, really hard, and that's something that you want as an O lineman. You want to see a running back try to run somebody over, because that just fires you up. And both those guys have been trying to do that.
Yeah, I saw Michael Allen play a lot of high school football with J.H. Rose. And
my rival.
Yeah, your rival is right. He had a great career there, and then he kind of went to state and kind of went a couple places, and now he's back home, and I'm hoping he has a great, great year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We hear a lot of good things about that. What about you on your side, Preston?
Torn Brazil, Miles Parker, Evan Powell, Julian Davis, Josh Bennett, Jackson Barker. I mean, there's a bunch of guys I can name off. Like,
you guys are going to get back today and somebody say, man, you didn't say my name. What's wrong with you?
I'm sure.
Too many names in my head right now,
exactly.
guys.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
line.
Those guys have took a huge step, especially up front with the D line. They knew they were the next guys up. Kind of what me and Zion did last year. We knew we were up, and they've actually really impressed all of us, and I think the staff as well. And one transfer I would say is probably Cruz Law. He is a younger guy, but he is flying around.
Right.
He's quick. He knows how to fit. I mean, I'm glad that he's behind me.
All right, another question coming in. How are the corners looking? Do you think they're ready for the Alabama wide receivers? What do you think about the corners?
Yeah, I think they're ready for sure. I mean, we got some quick guys on the outside. So, I mean, deep ball, they're not getting beat. I don't think so. But I would overall say, I mean, we're big, they're strong, they're fast. I mean, I'm not worried about that one bit.
Yeah, what have you seen from your side?
DBs have been making a lot of plays recently. We got a great wide receiver core. We're deep in the wide receiver core.
Yeah.
Just seeing the DBs make plays, get how many interceptions were there today? Like 2?
I think we had 2 or 3 today.
Yeah, there was 2 interceptions today. And, the Ashton Levels, De'Aaron Horsley, all those guys, Jonathan Atkins, Raymond Mosby, they've all impressed me.
Ashton's impressive.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Jamarly, but in a corner.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. That's a good name to drop when you're thinking about corners for sure at East Carolina. Speaking of Alabama, they're still 3 weeks away. But do you think about that in the off season? Do you think about that during camp, or is that not even a thought process until you get to game week?
It's definitely a thought, but it's not something that we're really honed in on. We're taking it day by day, and whatever is in front of us that day, that's what we're really focused on. Thinking about tomorrow, I got practice tomorrow, so that's what I'm really thinking about. But it's for sure in the back of our heads, for sure, just getting us ready for game day, making sure that the moments that we're doing, the things that we're doing right now is getting us ready for that game for sure. So
I would have to agree with that. It is in the back of your head, but what Coach Harrell has emphasized to us is right now it's about ball and team.
Right.
So as soon as we get that together, then we can start worrying about Alabama, because we can't beat Alabama if we're not on the same page. We're not a team.
Exactly.
It's funny you said Coach Harrell the other day. He said that the one thing he enjoys the most about being a head football coach is being a ball coach and getting out there with the guys. Because man, when you're a head football coach these days, you're a CEO.
Yeah.
And you got all kinds of things. I mean, life is flying by like crazy. You got everything. We always joke about you're recruiting new players, recruiting your players, recruiting transfer portal players, and then you have this new thing come up where players from have a fifth year that thought they didn't have any, and then you're trying to figure out if you can include them or if you can't include them. And I mean, the NCAA changes its mind left and right.
Absolutely.
I mean, you have to have your head on a swivel. But I'm telling you, you could tell in Coach Harrell's eyes that he really just likes getting out there, and I think that means a lot to a team, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Seeing him out there,
he just is a great guy. First of all, so you obviously that's somebody you want to be behind, somebody that is a great guy, but also that I don't even know how to explain the words.
It's kind of like your dad, because you don't want to disappoint him. Like your dad can whip you or spank you or whatever, but that's not a big deal. But if you disappointed him, then that's really upsetting, because he's such a good guy. Same thing. Yeah.
Coach Harrell motivates us really well.
Yeah.
He's very inspirational, and he never backs down from anything.
Especially if you hear him on that mic during practice. He's motivating you a lot.
Did he do any motivating today?
Oh yeah, he did for sure.
He grabs
What did he bring up this morning? I know he brought up yesterday that Coastal Carolina coach.
I forget.
We need some more dolls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great YouTube piece. Yeah,
that's what he played for us.
Yeah. He showed you that. Oh, that's one of the great ones.
He was going around every position room.
Got a lot of cats. We need more dogs. Yeah, that guy was hilarious.
He was meowing at all of us.
Yeah, that's funny stuff from Blake Harrell from the Coastal. I forgot the Coastal Carolina's coach's name, but that was talk about something going viral. That absolutely went viral, and that's something to behold. When you get closer to game time, when you get closer to game week, when will you guys start putting in plays for Alabama and exact? Will it be that week or maybe 2 weeks before?
I'd say maybe the week before. Yeah,
you got the 15th and the 22nd are scrimmage days.
Yeah.
And then you got a week before game week, and then you got game week after that.
Yeah, I think after that the scrimmage on the 22nd will probably be whenever we really get into Alabama.
Well, on defense, we're running everything right now.
Right.
So we have it glued and stuck in our head. Yep. So when it comes to game day and what we're going to run, we already know what we're doing.
Yep. And I've heard coaches say before that they don't want players to think. You know, if the play is called, you know, every scenario should be played out so you know exactly what to do and you can fly around. Yeah. Because we've had defenses in the past where guys are sitting around thinking, and if you're thinking, you're way behind the eight ball.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
If you got time to think, you got too much time. Something's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's tough, but you have to have almost every scenario, don't you?
That's what really helps us defensively with the tempo that we have right now on the offense. We don't have time to think. We got to get lined up and we got to go and do it. So don't think, just do.
And we were joking because the way that football is, college football rules, if the offense subs, the defense subs.
Oh, yeah.
And Roy Tesh is the master of subbing the guys in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the main thing of it is that we're not just doing it to get our guys off the field. We're also giving the back end a break so they can catch their win.
It does suck, definitely. We're a team move the ball, and we just went down a 5-play drive, and you see a whole new D-line, and you're like, gosh, these guys are fresh. I'm over here wheezing for air.
Yeah, and you're kind of hoping that on game day that offensive line is saying the same thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they are.
Yeah, and that's where depth comes into play. I mean, and the old adage, iron sharpens iron and all that. I mean, you've got to have good players in order to be able to survive in this day and age, for sure. I mean, it's just one of those things that you have to have. And you have to have a variety of players, and you have to have, anytime, somebody can sprain an ankle on any play.
Yeah.
So somebody can get right back in there. Do you ever think back to your high school days?
I do sometimes. I recently went out to Conley practice. I think their first day actually out there before they got the hit. I was out there, and I was just looking around. I was like, man, this place. It used to fire me up for sure, just being a small town. I wouldn't say small town kids, but
small area
kid. It's everybody kind of knows you whenever they're watching the game.
Well, as big as you or everybody.
Everybody. Yeah. But
you couldn't hide.
A bunch of my friends out there, my family friends, my parents' friends are out there watching me play, and it was definitely special to me. But I'm still at home too, so they just look a little farther away this time.
And what was your favorite show on Friday nights?
Touchdown Friday.
Boy, yeah. Man, you get extra on that deal, that's for sure. But we've been working. I was telling you guys before we went on air, we've been working on some stuff for it. And every year I get the same dream. I have one dream where I'm behind in my high school classes and I'm not going to pass an exam. And I wake up like I'm not going to graduate from high school. And then I have another one where the coach is yelling at me.
Oh.
And our coach was only about probably 6'1" or 6'2", but when I was playing high school ball, I swore he was 6'7". He was a huge man, and
wow.
he was one of those guys that when he looked at you, he looked up there.
Oh, okay.
And he'd grab your face mask and he'd look at the sky and he'd yell at you right there. And oh man, it's a lot of memories from high school.
That's a rough dream right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've had some rough ones. Now you have an interesting deal, Preston, because you went to Naval Prep Academy. Were you going to go to the Naval Academy? Was that the goal?
Yes, sir. That was the plan.
Yeah.
So I was going to go to the Naval Academy. Went to the prep school to try it out. Didn't fit up there. Didn't like being that far from home.
Well, that's difficult. I mean, I think Brian Blick went up there from Rose.
Oh, okay.
He went up there, and he had a career at the Naval Academy. But being so far away from home and being the Navy way,
mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really...
It's a different lifestyle for sure. I mean, when you first get there, it's not football anymore. It's military,
right?
And
if you're not used to that, it takes a lot to get used to. It's hard enough to play college football, much less to do the military aspect of it and do college football.
Yeah, so kudos to the guys that do it.
Right.
So I have
a lot of respect.
I have much respect for them because I couldn't do it.
And you have a different perspective now when you guys play Army or play Navy. You can kind of share that with the other guys and say, look, man, these guys, they'll be fighting for our country. They'll be doing all kinds of things that we don't have to do because they do it.
Very thankful for that.
Yeah, very thankful. And really, when you think about the American, I think it's just it's really cool that the military academies are in the American. Yeah. I mean, that's really a neat deal, having Navy and having Army. Now, you guys may not feel that way when you guys get ready to play them because they do complicate things a little bit, don't they?
Yeah.
They certainly do. All right, we're going to take a break. Now, today's Pirate interviews are brought to you by our good friend David Vaughn at East Carolina Grading, East Coast Grading and Utilities. Need a load of sand, any type of rock, topsoil, or fill dirt? Give East Coast Grading and Utilities a call, 252-531-7494. Tell my friend David Vaughn that you enjoyed the Pirate interviews all through August. We've got more coming up for you later on through the month, and that's East Coast Grading and Utilities. Back with more with Bryce Weaver and Preston Carr after this.
What's better than exploring downtown Washington? Tasting it. Join a food tour with Forks of Little Washington and discover the local flavor. Stroll the historic waterfront and enjoy delicious bites from some of the town's favorite restaurants and specialty shops. Food tours combine great food, local history, and unforgettable stories into one delicious experience. Whether you're a foodie, a visitor, or a local looking for a new adventure, there's no better way to experience Washington. For pricing and reservations, visit forksoflittlewashington.com. Brought to you by visitwashingtonnc.com.
The stifling heat of summer, the bitter cold of winter. What do they have in common? The extreme temperatures of both force your home's heating and cooling system to work overtime to keep you comfortable. And that can cost you a lot of money. Fortunately, your neighbors at Greenville Utilities have several ways you can save energy. And that means saving you money on your utility bills. Just go to GUC.com and look for ways to save. That's GUC.com.
Is your car making strange noises? Or that check engine light still won't go away? At Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service in Greenville, we take the stress out of car care. From quick oil changes to full service repairs. And diesel truck service too, our certified technicians deliver high quality work without the high dealership prices. No guesswork, no pressure. Just honest, dependable service to get you back on the road with confidence. Don't let a small issue turn into a costly repair. Stop by today or schedule your service now. Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service, keeping Greenville moving.
Come celebrate the next big Pirates win at the Rick House. The Rick House is Greenville and Eastern North Carolina's premier American-themed restaurant.
I'm Jeremy Shelton, General Manager at the Rick House. Come see us for a big city feel right here in Greenville. I guarantee you'll have a great experience.
We feature the very best bourbons around, our made-from-scratch pastas are to die for, and nobody does steak like the Rick House. We also feature an early dining special from 4 to 6. Come see us at the Rick House, Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Michelob Ultra is brewed here. So is the feeling when we rally together behind one team. From the pitch to the pool, Superior is brewed here. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the U.S. men's national soccer team. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in the NC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kid Scene.
Y'all come get bugged up.
This is Tyler Sneed, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community-owned utilities mean local control, low rates, and high reliability. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the show. Bryce Weaver, Preston Carr, live in the studio with us. We've got our YouTube chat wide open for questions and comments. Who on the defense is the hardest hitter? I'll ask each one of you guys that. Who's the hardest hitter on defense?
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
DJ Johnson.
DJ Johnson.
DJ Johnson. Yeah, in the D-line room, we call him the Scud.
Really?
We don't. He might not know where he's going, but you'll hear it.
He's going to hear it for sure.
The Scud missile. It's hilarious. Yeah.
He's a hard hitter. He really is.
That's awesome. Do you have any stories where he's hit somebody in practice and maybe they didn't see the...
I got something from my freshman year. One of the first, I want to say it was one of the first days we're hitting. If you remember Richard Pierce, he was offensive lineman.
Oh, yeah.
78. We're in punt, and I was nowhere near. Like, I'm on the turf, they're on the grass, and you just hear a big boom, and everybody's like, oh! And we watched the film, and Rich was in the punt shield, and DJ ran through there, and lit him up. I can't even lie. He lit him up.
No, that was insane.
Wow. Yeah.
DJ's hit me before in the back, and I tell you, it hurts. It's not fun.
Why did he hit you in the back?
I think he forgot that I was going to a gap, and he was like, I'm going to take this gap.
It's one of those defensive plays that didn't quite come off as like it was supposed to.
He still made the play, though.
Yeah, well, that's all that matters.
That is.
When they look at the film, that's all that matters.
That's right.
You get a chance to see that. All right, coming up this week, Coach has said it's going to be one of the hardest weeks in camp. You got through Monday, you got through Tuesday. Wednesday's going to be another hard day, right? What goes on when you have a hard day? And you guys are starting, what, at 7:20?
7:15.
Yeah, 7:15, something like that.
So what time do you have to get up at 5 and get?
I'm getting up at like 4:55. I got a little longer drive to the facility, so I'm trying to get up a little bit earlier. Coach has gave us a rule: we got to get breakfast before 5:30, sitting down and eating. So I'm getting up pretty early, but it's giving me enough time to get taped and braced up and all that stuff. So
yeah. What about you, Preston?
I got to get up an hour before, so I'm up at 4. I think it's 4:25, 4:30. Depends on how the day previous was.
Yeah.
I'll hit that snooze button one time, but get up. Just I'm not rushing out the door. I hate doing that.
I do too. And I'm telling you, my whole theory on being early, I know Coach it's one of his staples too. Mine's always been with my interns. If you're early, you're on time. Yep. If you're on time, you're late.
Yep.
If you're late, you're not a factor.
Yep.
If you go through life remembering that, you'll never get in trouble.
Yep.
That's what I've always said. I've always believed in it. Still believe in it to this day. I mean, they used to say you don't go to a party early. You want to be fashionably late. I could never do that. I was always sitting there. I was the first one waiting for the food to come out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Got to be early. Got to be early. All right.
There you go.
When you look back on your college football careers, what do you hope you'll be remembered for? What a great question. What do you think, Bryce?
I want to be remembered as a Pirate. That's it. I just want people to be like, that guy was a Pirate, true Pirate. Just like Brock Spalding, shout out to Brock. He's a true Pirate. That's just. I just want to, Greenville guys for sure. So, just being a Pirate. That's about it.
Yeah. How about all those bowl wins?
Yeah, I got a lot.
You got one more to be 3, right?
I got to get a couple more. Got to get a couple more rings. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
That'd be good. What about you, Preston? What's the one thing you want to be remembered for later on? And you guys are kind of young. You have to worry about this for a while. But you get my age, I'll start thinking about that. Yeah, I'd like to be remembered for this or this or this.
I'd say I want people to remember me as being a hard-nosed, never-quit guy.
Yeah.
I didn't play my first 3 years here. Maybe a few snaps here and there, but I want to be remembered that I was a Pirate and I was a hard-working guy that even though I got faced with adversity, I was going to stick it out until everything went my way.
How hard was it to stick it out like that? Because this day and age, people don't do that.
Hey, it was hard, but I had so much faith in Roy Tesh and Blake Harrell.
Yeah.
That's the coaches I wanted to play for, and I knew when I got my opportunity, I was going to show it.
And I think at a place like East Carolina that's the key. I mean, you're going to have guys that want to, go other places and make money and that kind of thing. But if you can get the core, to buy in and if you're sincere that with that core, I think you've got a shot. I think that's what Blake's counting on, and he's got good coaches and good guys. I mean, you guys are great guys coming in here and hanging out with us this hour. How about another question? How much is the power run game emphasized in this offense? The power run game.
We have a lot of power plays. I'd say we're more just the inside zone, maybe a little bit outside zone, but we got a couple power plays. It's something that you want to have in your playbook for sure, and we're definitely working on it. But come season time, I have to see. It depends on defensive scheme and stuff like that as well. So,
what about? Have you seen any power running plays out of them?
Every day in practice, they try to power the ball.
I mean,
what are you talking about, Bryce?
I'm just saying.
Run zone opposite. Like, you show me one thing to do the complete other.
Hey, we keep on by the time the show's over. We're gonna have them up here on stances going at it here pretty good. That's pretty funny.
The D linemen, one thing about them, their brain isn't the biggest, So, we're mixing them around with a bunch of plays that we're running.
Don't believe that. Don't believe that.
All right. Speaking of a power running game, do you put Ryan back there, a tailback again, because I saw him run over many a player at JP2.
I think Coach Davis definitely needs to consider that for sure.
Yeah. Or Preston Carr, 44 can go back there. The diesel.
Yeah, let me get back there.
We don't want Bubba.
Clip Rock knows all about the diesel.
I'm blowing through there, whether it's you or someone else.
He's definitely blowing through there, but we gotta make sure that you're not trying to help the
Let's
defense.
get Jordan Davis on the line and get him a play. Get Preston Carr back. If I see Big 44 lining up back there as a tailback,
go ahead and stand up. Go ahead and start cheering.
He's gonna do his hand signal.
Go ahead and start cheering.
Go ahead and do it. I'm getting back there.
You'll have to run in there and give him a hug and then give the 252.
Hey, we got Linval Joseph coming to Greenville soon. He used to get back in the backfield.
Oh,
hey,
that's a big guy in that.
He got one more year eligibility.
With these rules, I think
these rules he may. Yeah, in these rules he may have one more year of eligibility. Is there a power running back that besides who we've talked about, the running backs back there?
DeJuan Lacey.
Yeah, glad to see him back.
He is running the ball. All those guys, honestly, the whole running back room, they've been running the ball. Coach Griffin does a great job. Make sure they're pressing the gap, hitting the holes, and they're not trying to juke, dance around. They're trying to hit somebody, which our defense, they're trying to hit somebody too. So it's going to cause for collision.
That's the name of the game.
All right. Kenny Curlin's my good buddy. He sends in and wants to know your favorite pro football team.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
What do you think?
Carolina Panthers.
Panther guy. How about that? I'm a Cowboy, so we got three different teams here. We got Clip Rock back there. He's a big old Commander fan.
There you go.
J-Bone's a Raider guy. So, yeah, we got them all represented over here. All right, beach or mountains?
Beach.
Depends. Beach for sure.
Go fishing, man.
Yeah, beach for sure. I do a beach trip every year with my family, July 4th, and I have a great time there.
You go catch a shark next year?
We can if you want.
All right, next question. Right along that, hunting or fishing?
Fishing.
No comment. I don't do either.
Oh, really?
No, I don't. My dad does both, but I'm not a big. I do want to hunt eventually one day, but fishing, I don't have the patience for that. I cast my reel out there and I'm sitting. I'm like, ain't nothing biting. So
That's the name of the game.
I know, man. I need to get used to it.
That's why it's called fishing and not catching.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what they told us. Yeah, that's why it's called fishing and not catching. And finally, what music do you listen to?
I listen to everything. Rap.
You hear a bunch of different things in practice.
For sure, you do. So
you can hear Kenny Chesney, and then you can hear. Well, I don't even know any rappers. I don't even know any rappers' names, so I won't even say. I was going to say Khalif, somebody, but I'm not sure that's the person.
Now you walk into the locker room. There's either you might got some Waylon Jennings on. You might got some
Waylon Jennings.
I'll name some rappers for you. Little Babies in there. Who else did we listen to? Future.
I tell you, as much as I can, I try to throw on some Alan Jackson, some George Strait.
George there you go. Yeah.
We got some country going on for sure.
Big country fan.
My stepdaughter loves Shabuzi. Every morning I take her to work and we have to listen to Shabuzi.
Who's Shabuzi?
Yeah.
Tipsy, the tipsy guy.
Yeah.
Going to get tipsy.
Yeah.
I can't sing it all.
And we're going to take her to see him in concert in Raleigh in September. Yeah. Shabuzi. I never thought I would be listening to a guy named Shabuzi at 64 years old.
Some interesting rapper names.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
There are some interesting rapper names. Most certainly. All right, we're going to take our final commercial break. If you want to get a question or comment in our YouTube chat, please feel free to do so. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up with Bryce Weaver, Preston Carr after this.
Save the date for the biggest party of the football season. Join Pirate Radio on Thursday, September 10th for the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, powered by Bud Light. It's a night of great music, great friends, and pirate pride as the party returns to the Hilton Greenville and Greenville Boulevard. This year's special guest is ECU legend and Super Bowl champion Linval Joseph.
Ball's out, picked up by the Vikings. Joseph, can he win this long foot race? Linval Joseph, no flags, touchdown Minnesota.
Come welcome Linval back to Greenville, then dance the night away with live music from Trainwreck. Stay tuned to Pirate Radio for your chance to score free tickets to the party of the year, the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, powered by Bud Light, Thursday, September 10th.
And Jacobs is knocked back, and he didn't make it, and it was Linval Joseph.
Party like a pirate with Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Pepper, oh no, they didn't. Papa John's just took their signature pepperoni and hand stuffed it inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen.
The Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust Pizza is back for only $14.99. The Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust Pizza made from original fresh dough, hand stuffed with cheese and signature pepperoni, and baked into a garlicky seasoned crust. Order at PapaJohns.com. Go Pirates!
Looking for the perfect bottle of wine or something a little more unique? Discover Simply Divine Oil and Wine in Arlington Village. With a huge selection of hand-picked wines and gourmet olive oils, there's something for every taste. Not sure what to choose? Kimberly and her expert team are always ready to guide you, answer your questions, and help you find your new favorite. Join the fun with wine tastings twice a month or test your knowledge at trivia every Thursday. Follow Simply Divine Oil and Wine on Facebook and Instagram to stay in the know. Simply Divine Oil and Wine. Elevate your pour.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them, even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles away. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles juicy golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, order ahead on our app and put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
If you need an appliance fast, head to Appliances Superstore in Greenville. They have the largest selection of in-stock appliances in eastern North Carolina, including trusted brands like Speed Queen, so you can skip the wait and take home what you need today. Visit their new convenient location at 301 Plaza Drive and discover incredible savings on top brands. Visit their website, appliancessuperstore.com, and click the in-stock menu to shop the exact appliances they have ready today. Appliances Superstore. If it's in your home tomorrow, it's because it's in our store today. Go Pirates!
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, working for our community, not for shareholders. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show. Bryce Weaver, Preston Carr joining us. Another question just came in and wants to know, Bryce, what's your cookout order?
Somebody definitely that knows me asked me that question.
Yes, they did.
I'll give y'all something.
All right.
Big double burger. I'm getting a ranch wrap, Cajun fries, either huge sweet tea or huge cheerwine, depending on the day. Might add another ranch wrap to that as well. So that's my tray right there.
There you go. Big boys got to eat.
Yeah, I got to.
Big boys
my cookout night.
Gotta eat.
I don't know why you did that. I'm in fall camp.
All right. Somebody says you guys are international now. I turned some UK guys into Pirate fans. So he said, good luck to you boys. How about that?
Hey,
yeah.
thank y'all.
Kind of like
come
that.
Out there.
Now, Preston's got a story for us. He interned for the construction crew, the construction company that's doing the indoor facilities. You've had a chance to get in there, see how that is, and they've offered you a job. So that's great news.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's actually awesome. I mean, that indoor is, there's so much to go into it, and it is the biggest one in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
And we were talking during the break that really it's been needed for so long.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just something that most schools have. Mm-hmm. And with our weather situation, and Coach Harrell has said, we're not going to use it every day, but to get out of the heat a little bit, just to get, you have to have some heat, but you don't want all that heat, do you?
Yes. I mean, that indoor is going to bring in so much for the future of East Carolina, especially with recruitment, because that's what a lot of guys are looking for.
If you've had a chance and gone down Charles Boulevard, they've started putting the letters, and those letters are absolutely humongous.
They're huge.
They put up 2 letters yesterday.
Yeah.
I think they're putting up 2 more today. Mm-hmm. I hope they don't spell pirates wrong. That's going to cost them some money if it does.
Yeah, we might need to talk to them, sing them ABCs again. They misspell pirates.
But no, it's going to look great down the side, and it's going to have signage on the front. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just like I said, it's been needed for a long time, and I know it's going to be useful for all sports, but obviously we think of football.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What are some of the other things inside that you like about it?
I mean, there's a jumbotron going inside of it.
Right. I think it went up this week. I think Coach Harrell said that yesterday.
Yep. There's cameras inside, built in already into the roof of it. 2 great big AC units are in there, HVAC units. That's going to help cool down a lot.
Right.
We're actually got a net going down at the 50-yard line, so one team can practice on one side while another group comes in and practices as well. I mean, we got an ice and tape room. We've got media room. Bunch of storage units in there. I mean, it's going to be awesome. And my favorite part personally is the walkway of it. I think it's just so unique.
Yeah. And Coach Harrell's talked about, right now the team comes in, and when Coach Harrell meets the media, he comes in. It's more formal than it used to be. We used to go out on the practice field, and as the guys came off, we would do interviews there, which is my preference. But I can see both ways. But he's talking about, in the indoor facility, come right there. You can set one, have the Pepsi banner, so Pepsi gets, what they've paid for, and get that advertising out, and have guys in front of that, and that'll look good, and right there in the indoor facility. So, I think that would work as well. You looking forward to getting in there some? I think you'll get in there some this year, a little bit.
Oh, we're gonna get in there this year. Yeah. The final due date is November 11th.
But you know the secrets. What's the real date? What time? When are we getting in there?
I think we're going to be done by the second week of October.
Woo! There you go. Put some pressure on your new. You may get off the radio and they say, "Hey, Preston, about that job." you put a little too much pressure on us.
They got a great team over there, and I know they can do it.
Yeah,
they're busting their tails over there, and I'm very.
Oh man, and it's been so fascinating just to watch them, put it up. I mean, it started from ground zero.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden you're like, well, dang on, it's taking shape, and there it is, and then it's just huge.
It's huge.
It's humongous.
It's the biggest one in North Carolina.
Yeah,
we watched some film the other day, and it was during this. I'm pretty sure it was during the spring, and you look back there, and it looks like nothing's up there or something like that. And then it's just every day on film just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's
awesome.
It's been fun to watch, and we certainly appreciate all those guys and all the hard work. Because there's been a lot of guys over there, as you well know. What was your main job when you were in there?
So I was an intern, but I was trying to do I was doing like an assistant superintendent role.
Okay.
So I was kind of watching the superintendents. They were teaching me a bunch of stuff, walking me through the process of it and what you need to have to do a job like this in commercial.
Right.
And I mean, we had laughs. We had, obviously bad words.
Yeah, you think?
Days, but I mean, it was awesome to watch all of it unreveal and,
Yeah.
So. I mean, that's the key thing.
Do you know your first assignment or anything when you get to get to work after the big bowl win and?
Oh no, I have no idea. So the indoor's gonna be done by then.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was wondering. Where are they gonna send you?
That's something to figure out after football.
Yeah. Well, I got plenty of time to think about that. All right, we got about 2 or 3 minutes still to go in our show. When you think about where you're at in camp right now, is this team in a good place?
For sure. I'm very confident in this team. Like I said earlier, we're so tight, and just get in the locker room, you go down every row. It's a different position group. They're all together. I just think Coach Harrell also does a great job making sure that we're locked in on what we need to do, not worried about anything else on the outside, and that's going to go a long way for us for sure. So I'm very confident in this team this year for sure.
And especially in camp, late in camp, things can get a little chippy between offense and defense, can't it?
Oh yeah, I mean
that's part of it.
Happen with any football team. You're competing every day with the same guys.
Right.
But I mean, I'd rather do it now than later.
Yeah.
So
is there anybody out there you kind of looked like, hey, you do that one more time and it's going to be a problem, and you got to think back like, well, I don't want it to be too bad of a problem.
Yeah. we have those days.
For sure. Sometimes just too tired to even get to that point.
Yeah. You get ready to bring the fist back. Like, it's going to be a lot of effort there. Exactly. I'll just let him have that one. And we're on the same team anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Pirates don't be pirates.
Yeah. What do you think of the idea of maybe having a scrimmage game against another team instead of having a scrimmage, yourselves?
That would take a lot of
It would.
I would like it.
Towards my team. Yeah. Towards my teammates, I'd take out a lot of anger. So I definitely, just like high school jamborees going against Tarboro, that'd be the same thing for me basically. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think that would be a little bit different. But when you look at the season ahead, you've got Alabama first. As a player, would you rather have a team, not that you can beat, but a team, like an Old Dominion or somebody else on the schedule, then in Alabama, or do you like the fact that, hey, the big boys are up, let's go?
I like Alabama first.
Yeah, I like it too for sure.
Yeah,
it gives us something.
Kind of like the NC State game that year.
Yeah, exactly.
And NC State's not Alabama, obviously, but still, we knew it was going to be a difficult road trip. Even it's short trip to Raleigh, but it was going to be difficult.
Yeah,
it was a very good game. Pirates had a chance. So yeah. So,
don't count us out yet. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
don't count us out.
I think a lot of folks in the American are looking forward to seeing the battles.
It's going to be a ball game.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's going to be good.
I'm ready excited for that game.
Have a chance. Tim Pernetti, who is the commissioner of the Americans, going to join us for a few minutes next week on our show. So I'll have a couple more Pirates, and then we'll have the commissioner on as well. So should have a good show next week because we had a great show this week. Thanks you guys for kicking things off, man. We certainly appreciate it. It was a blast. It was a very fast hour, but we certainly appreciate it. Preston Carr and Bryce Weaver, and they'll be playing on Saturdays at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. So come see them, get those season tickets, and get out and support the Pirates. Bama is on the clock, and somebody wrote in, beat Bama. So there you go. There's your theme, beat Bama. That's our show. We'll see you back here next week on The Brian Bailey Show.
This has been The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, and also brought to you by
Bell's Fork Truck and Auto, Bojangles, Michelob Ultra and Carolina Eagle Distributing, East Coast Grading, Gavigan Insurance, Greenville Utilities, Papa John's, Pepsi, Taft and Hagler, The Rick House, and Tiebreakers.
Join us next week for another edition of The Brian Bailey Show, right here on Pirate Radio.